What's up, my OG yogis? My name is Brianna and I'm a yoga educator. You may notice that my voice is different this week, and that is because I am recovering from a cold or allergies or something of the sort. As far as last week goes, I'm so sorry that I did not upload. I was sick since last Friday, and I thought that, you know, by Thursday I would be at least recovered enough to be able to record a video, but I wasn't. And so I apologize that I didn't upload, but I posted on both my Instagram and my Facebook about not being able to upload. So whenever things like that come up, please be sure to add me so that you'll be in the know as far as what is going on and why I'm not present for whatever reason. But I will be sure to at least be a week ahead so that if I ever get sick again, you know, we don't have to not do yoga for a week, right? Anyways, this week we are going to be going over 7 asanas you can use to recover from a cold. I have it written on a list because I am a little bit, it's hard for me to remember things right now because I'm a little bit icky. But hopefully next week I won't sound nasally and I will be able to give you all my undivided attention. Now, as far as 7 asanas you should do when recovering from a cold and possibly to recover from it even more quickly. Give me a second. Okay, 1, forward fold. Forward fold is an inversion, really good to do. I will talk about it more in a second. Supported bridge, legs up the wall. Supported butterfly or supported bound angle. Reclining twist, seated straddle, that's what I call it. So it's a middle split and you go into a forward fold within it, and downward facing dog. So as far as number 1 goes, forward fold. Forward fold, we practice our forward fold to recover from a cold because it is an inversion, and that inversion helps you to release toxins, and it is a gentler inversion. So I will show you guys how to do that right now. Oh, by the way, the socks, normally you don't practice yoga in socks. I'm wearing socks because my feet are cold. Yeah. Anyways, so our forward fold, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure you're bending in the knees and you find that forward fold here. You want that gentle bend in the knees so that you don't put a lot of tension in the lower back. And you find your forward fold and you breathe in it for as long as you would like. Maybe you want to connect the hands and the elbows, ragdoll, shake the left and to the right. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, and all that good stuff. Now, supported bridge. I will show you guys how to do that right now. Supported bridge, you are going to need a block. If you do not have a block, you might be able to use books, just whatever can support your weight, and you'll see why in a second. I'm gonna have to unclip my mic, so give me a second. So as far as supported bridge goes, you're going to go ahead, you want to find your way onto your back, bring those feet in towards those heels. You're gonna inhale those hips up into the air like you would in a bridge, and then go ahead and let that block on level 1 find its way onto the mat, and you're gonna let it support kind of your sacrum. Now, if this isn't enough for you, you can inhale up to level 2, or if you need even more, you can find level 3. I don't even practice level 3 often, but my mom does, so it's entirely up to your discretion and up to your practice and where and how you are feeling within that practice. Okay, legs up the wall. Guys, this one is a funky one. You are going to, I'm going to keep the mic undone for today. You're going to go ahead. I recommend getting your mat and putting it against a wall. And I'm going to go get another mat really quickly to show you guys what I mean so that we don't have to move this mat around. Okay, 1 second. So this is the yoga mat that I use on the go. As far as how you want to place it, normally what you do, you're going to go ahead, you're going to transition to where you're close to the wall. And you want a mat because it does help a lot within that practice. And you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna unroll your mat. This is my yoga mat that I use when I'm teaching yoga anywhere but at home. You're gonna go ahead and fold it in half. And you can keep it just like this or fold it in half again, whatever you're feeling. And you're just gonna put it against the wall, but not this way. You're gonna go ahead and rotate it this way so you have that support for your head. Now, legs up the wall. You're gonna go ahead, I recommend getting a block again. So you're gonna grab that block, handy dandy block here. And you're gonna go ahead, this is fun. You're gonna go ahead, you're gonna scoot that derriere out really close to the wall. You are going to go ahead, lie back, scoot it up, and then let the feet come up on the wall. That's it. That is your legs up the wall pose. But I do recommend, if this is a lot for you, to go ahead and put a block underneath that sacrum, right where we had it for our other asana, and let that block support you in your legs up the wall pose. And this just helps release tension. It is a good asana to do. Keep in mind that this should not feel painful. You can always use a blanket or a pillow here because this is kind of hard. So whatever you're feeling, you do it for your legs up the wall pose. And you can literally stay here for 10 minutes or longer. Legs up the wall pose is actually a great restorative pose. I'm gonna go ahead and put my mat out of sight really quickly. But legs up the wall pose is a restorative pose. So you can do it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as you want to do, and as long as it feels comfortable. Now, next asana, we are going to go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys supported bound angle, which we need 2 blocks for. You may notice that my blocks are different sizes. That is because these are just what we have at the house. It's better if you have 2 blocks that are the same size because you don't want any unevenness. I don't usually use blocks, and when I use them, I only use 1 at a time, so I don't really need to. For your supported bound angle, so I'm going to show you guys Supta Badda Konasana, which is reclining butterfly pose, because this is a really, really good restorative pose. It's also a amazing hip opener, and it's gentle when you support it. So you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna find your way onto your back. You're gonna create that bridge pose like we created earlier. You're gonna go let the bottoms of the feet come together, let the knees come out, and then use those blocks to support those knees. So I actually like it at level 2, but you can make it level 1, level 3, whatever it is you want to take it to, you go ahead and take it. And you let those hands either come palms up for receiving, palms down for grounding, whatever it is you want to do. And you breathe in it because it's more of a restorative pose. Typically when you're doing a restorative pose, you want to hold it for like, honestly, 3 to 5 minutes. So 1 minute for beginners because it's hard to do, but because it's restorative and not yin, we are going to do it for 3 to 5 minutes. 10 minutes if you're a pro. Even longer if you're feeling super adventurous. Next one, we have our reclining twist. So this, I am talking about a supine twist. So you lie on your back, let the feet come out, and go on the exhale, knees go over towards the right, keeping that left shoulder grounded. So that is one direction. Have those arms extended out. Or you can find the other direction. Of course, you want to do both sides because you want to keep it even. But this one is a really good one, and everyone can do it. So this one I recommend doing for 5 minutes. Now, we have our straddle pose. Yeah, got it right. So for your straddle pose, you want to go ahead and extend those legs out. And you want to create a line of energies. You want to flex the toes up towards the sky, or you want to point those toes. But whatever you do, you want to create these lines of energy, and you want to keep the lines of energy going. You're going to go ahead and you're going to inhale, arms up into the air, and then exhale, you're going to find your straddle pose. You can find your way onto your elbows. You can find your way onto a block, on your elbows, or maybe if you have more mobility, you're gonna use that block. And this feels really, really good. To let that forehead rest on that block. It releases tension. Any kind of pressure on the pineal gland is, honestly, it's really relaxing, and it has a lot of health benefits too. But that is your straddle pose, forward fold within straddle. Guys, hold it for as long as you can. I know when you're feeling icky, it's hard to hold things, and I noticed when I was practicing, when I was feeling even worse than I am right now, anytime I did a slight inversion, I felt a lot of pressure in my sinuses, which is what it's supposed to do because it's a slight inversion, but it did make it hard to stay in that pose. You may want to have, it's not a pretty practice, you want to have tissues, and you really want to be able to let all of that ish out. Now, last one is our downward facing dog. You guys are all very familiar with down dog because that is the kind of typical yoga pose that you see. Even if you don't know yoga, you tend to know downward facing dog. But I will show it to you guys because we are thorough. Now, down dog, you're gonna go ahead and find your tabletop. You're gonna point those index fingers towards the front. You're gonna make sure wrists are lined up with shoulders, knees lined up with hips. You're gonna tuck those toes. You're gonna exhale, push it back into your down dog. So notice in your down dog that you're not dumping into your shoulders here. You're pushing the shoulders out of these sockets. You're pushing the hands into the earth for your downward facing dog. And that, my friends, is 7 yoga asanas that you can practice when you are feeling under the weather, and it should help boost your immune system. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell for more videos. I will definitely post every Thursday. Right now I'm collaborating with Campus Recreation, which means that I am technically posting 3 times a week, but you are more than welcome to jump in and really just get the most out of your practice. And that's it, you guys. Please be well, and namaste. Namaste, you guys. Bye. Awkwardly putting